Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and we're about to get started with today's Yin Yoga practice. Great. So come on down to your mat space or wherever you're going to practice today. I'm recommending bringing two blocks, and we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position of your choice. Maybe that's kneeling for you. I'm going to go ahead and switch to easy pose. If you find that when you sit down that your knees lift all the way up towards your chest, or maybe there's just a lot of tightness in your low back and hamstrings, sitting yourself up on a block, on a folded up pillow or towel can help you create a lot more space. And we're just going to get started right here. So settle into your stillness. Find some one spot for your eyes to relax. Remember, if your eyes are moving, your mind is moving. So start to bring complete stillness to your body, to your mind, and some space into your breath. Can you make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale? Encourage your heart rate to slow down. And find some heaviness of your elbows towards the floor. Notice if on your inhales your shoulders rise up at all to your ears, and if they do, it's normal. But can you continue with the heaviness of your elbows to decrease as much of that shoulder lift as possible? If you want to set an intention for your practice today, now is a wonderful time to do so, whether there is a positive affirmation that you choose to repeat to yourself. Such wonderful thoughts like, I am enough. There's no one better to be than myself. Today is going to be an amazing day. Some of my classic easy go-tos. But if you need to say something else that's positive to yourself to help you feel good about creating this time in your day for yourself, of truly tuning into it 100% and letting other distractions go, then come up with that thought right now. And we'll spend one more minute here in our opening Sukhasana. On your next inhale, create a little extra length through the crown of your head, low belly pulled in, shoulders still relaxed away from your ears, and on your exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Keep your shoulder blades gently squeezed towards each other, low belly still drawn in to protect your back. Think about creating a little length, even stretching your head forward while you tuck your chin down. And on your next exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Your hands can stay in your lap as they are, especially if the stretch already feels pretty intense through the left side of your neck. But if you want or need a little bit more, left hand can come down to the floor. Fingers pressing down into your mat or floor space, even walking away. You can keep that extra grounding with your fingers on the floor, or peel your hand away, flex your fingers to your face, stretch through your hand palm for a little extra something something in your wrist and your forearm. And as always, if you tried something out and it started off feeling pretty cool and quickly goes to feeling uncomfortable or unsustainable in your stillness, then just work yourself back to where you can enjoy some long, slow, deep, intentional breaths and as much stillness as possible in your body and also in your mind. We have 1 minute left here. Right ear to right shoulder, shoulders away from ears, elbows heavy to the floor. Excuse me. If you stretch your left hand out to the side, bring your left hand back into your lap space. Slowly tuck your chin back to your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep that low belly pulled in. Take a deep inhale. Chest sternum stays lifted, and on your exhale, left ear comes to your left shoulder. Whole new side of the body, but same options as before. Hands can stay in your lap, or right hand fingers can come down to your mat. If you wanted to peel your fingers away from the mat and press through your hand palm for that extra stretch into your wrist, into your forearm, you're welcome to. Maybe on this side, it's exactly what you need. But if once again you found it was too much, or if you start to feel like it's too much, then just ease your way back. Come into your stillness somewhere else. You don't have to go back to that deeper stretch. Where can you continue to just enjoy your deepest breath and some stillness? Unnoticeable stretch, but it does not have to be your absolute deepest stretch. If you stretch your right hand out to the side, slowly start to bring it back into your lap. Tuck your chin to your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Low belly pulled in one more time. On your inhale, lift your head up. On your exhale, bring your hands behind you, extend your legs out. Ooh, that feels so great. Take a moment, windshield wipe your knees, your feet, bob your knees. Let's flip on over. Take a couple moments here in tabletop before we'll get onto our backs for some more hip openers. But take some time here in your tabletop for any version of cat-cow that feels good for you. Explore your body and find your points of stress. Maybe you already know where they are, so take some deep breaths into them right now. If there's a particular spot that feels extra tense, feel free to hang out, hold, and breathe while creating a stretch there. Now is the time to enjoy some gentle movement. Great. A little relaxation here before we move forward. Open your knees as wide as you want to while I tuck my shirt in for some modesty. And we're going to come into a child's pose. So extend your arms as far forward on the mat as you would like. And if that's not far forward at all, that's okay. You can take a generous bend of your elbows. You can even reach your hands all the way back towards your heels and let your shoulders droop towards the floor. If the floor feels really far away, perhaps you bring a block or a pillow under your head. But we'll take this gentle inversion, head below heart level. Complete relax. Start to scan your body from head to toe, but very slowly, one breath at a time. Starting at the uppermost point. On your inhale, just looking for any place that you might have an extra squeeze that you just don't need for this relaxing child's pose. And whether you find that that extra little squeeze, that tension is in your body, or maybe it's a thought that is looping in your mind, or maybe the stretch is just a lot for you and you're holding your breath. Start off by softening your breath, giving yourself permission to relax. You are so safe here on your mat in this moment. And whether you can stay relaxed for the whole class or if you're truly just trying one breath at a time. I know it can feel so challenging on the days where things feel hard, and when you feel really tight or overwhelmed, and that those sensations seem like they might last forever. But the power of each breath and the change that we can create in our bodies by changing your mind, just tuning in gently to a different mental channel. And hopefully every day it becomes a little easier to ease your mind for more than just one breath, perhaps two, maybe three. If you extended your arms forward, start to work your hands back underneath of your chest and rest yourself up. We're going to flip over onto our backs next. Take your time, no rush. When you do get there, take a couple moments. Draw your knees to your chest. Feel free to rock gently side to side. Starting to relax your whole spine on the mat. And when you feel like your shoulders are firmly starting to plant and release, you can bring your gentle circles just to your knees to give yourself a nice massage at the lowest point of your back. Take a moment to change direction of your knee circle. And then find some stillness, drawing your knees to your chest. Stretch your elbows gently towards your hips. Shoulders open or chest open, shoulders coming towards the floor. And check out if your chin was stretching up towards the ceiling. If there's a bridge of your neck, pull your chin towards your chest. Stretch the crown, the top of your head to the wall behind you. And then you can relax your chest a little. We're just trying to get as much of our whole back on the floor as possible. Just a couple breaths left right here. On your exhale, go ahead, send your legs up towards the ceiling. You can tuck your thumbs underneath of your glutes. And you can bring a generous bend to your knees if you want. Your legs don't have to be straight. If you would like, point and flex your toes a couple times. You know, I totally thought I de-shed the room before I sat down. Sarah, I love you, but I don't love your hair. Please. Oh my. And this is why we keep our eyes closed. Because there's so many distractions in life. Ah, all right. That full spine still relaxed on the mat. Chin gently tucked to your chest, back of the neck on the mat. Just a couple breaths left with legs up the imaginary wall. So once again, just encouraging a bit more blood flow to the heart. On your exhale, draw your knees to your chest, and then 1 foot at a time, relax the soles of the feet down to the floor. You can release your hands from underneath of you and gently windshield wipe your legs left and right, left and right. I'm opening my feet up wider. I'm opening my feet up mat width distance apart or wider for a little bit more of the stretch of the windshield wipe to be on the exterior thighs and hips. And then we'll take our first spine twist with as much of your back still firmly planted. So it's really just the knees that are twisting side to side. And we're going to stay with our feet wide. And the next time your knees drop to the left, let's allow them to stay there. So some gentle pressure towards the inside of your right foot. Right inner knee coming down towards the floor. If it feels uncomfortable and like the legs are not actually touching the mat, I know mine aren't at the moment, it's pretty early. You can always bring a block under one or maybe both of your legs. Find a little support. That feels wonderful, wherever that block placement might be. I'm still working to keep those shoulders relaxed on the mat. If you want to bring a stretch into your chest, arms as a goalpost, or into your back, stretching those arms all the way up overhead for a nice lat stretch. And you can turn, twist, and look over your other shoulder, beginning to bring another stretch to your neck, a little different stretch that we enjoyed with our ear to the shoulder, but you do not have to. Let's hang out here for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, if you turned and twisted your head, bring it back to center. Send your knees back up to center. Let's start again with that slow windshield wipe. Perhaps you notice some more openness on the one side versus the other. Next time your knees fall to the right, we'll take our opposite side. Knee twist, we'll say, since our spine is as flat on the floor as it can be. And if you want to use the blocks, maybe you needed them on the other side and you don't need them here, or vice versa. They are just there to be your support. Pillows also work. Any stretch, any place that you prefer to place your hands, just find some comfort. Find your stillness, back to your breath, and then optional turn twist of your head for the stretching. Excuse me. Remember, if your eyes are moving, your mind is moving, so find that one spot to relax them or simply close them. Pardon me again. If you turned and twisted your head, bring your eye gaze back up towards the ceiling. Send your knees back up towards the ceiling. Move those blocks out of the way. Let's walk our feet in a little bit closer. Take another short windshield by both those legs. Really keeping your low back down on the mat here. And then find some stillness. Left foot stays planted on the mat. Inhale your right leg back up towards the sky. Go ahead, point your toe to the ceiling as much as you can. And as you change your breath, flex your foot, stretch your heel up towards the ceiling. Inhale, point your toe. Exhale, flex. One more time. Inhale, point your toe. Exhale, flex. And then make a couple circles of your ankle. You can change directions as frequently as you want to, keeping your movement as slow as possible to finish those circles up. And when you're ready, cross your right ankle over your left thigh and then work to bring your right knee in line with the left. So we're opening the front side of the hip, gently still pressing that left foot down into the floor. Right knee stretching away from you. Hand can come to your hip for some warmth or press against your thigh to increase the stretch as we just work to open the front side of the right hip flexor. Low back down on the mat, chin gently drawn towards your chest. Beautiful. We're going to lift the left foot up off the floor. Maybe it just lifts a little. Maybe you even put it on a block since we did not bring straps today. Or you can always reach your hands through or on top or just let gravity bring a little bit of a different stretch. The more that that leg is lifted and your knee draws towards the chest, the more of the stretch you're going to feel towards the back of the right leg. Try not to roll too much side to side. Can you still keep a lot of your low back pressed down towards the mat? Take a couple breaths here. On your next exhale, you can release your left foot back down to the floor. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, release the right foot down to the floor. Those narrow feet in line with your hips. Take a moment, windshield wiper your legs, left and right, left and right. Feeling both sides of your low back. Just above your glutes, making contact with your mat. Find some stillness. This time, right foot stays down, firmly planted on the floor from the heel, under the balls of all the feet. Inhale your left leg up towards the sky. Point your toe. Whole new leg. Might not be able to straighten as much as the other, but might be able to straighten more. So enjoy what you can. On your exhale, flex your toes to your face, stretch through your heel. Inhale, point your toe. Nice and slow, no rush. Full length of your breath to get to that nice long point. And on your exhale, flex your toes to your face. Can you even feel that big stretch on the top of your foot as you inhale, put your toes up towards the ceiling? A little curling of your toes in for that extra big stretch. Last time, exhale, flex your toes to your face. And then start to make those circles nice and slow. No rush. You can keep going in the same direction or you can change directions as frequently as you want. A few more breaths here to find those circles. And when you're ready, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Your hand can be a prop too as you work to bring your two knees in one line. Low back still staying firmly down on the mat. Find your breath again in this stretch. Excuse me. When you're ready, inhale, lift your right foot off the floor. Maybe just lifting it up onto a block. Oh my goodness. Feeling very tight on this side. Remember, a whole new side of the body. So your stretch does not need to look exactly the same on this side as it did on the other. You're just doing what you can while also still enjoying your slow breaths. And if you came into a spot that felt a little too tight, ease back and you don't have to come back to that super incredible tight point today. You can enjoy that on another day. So for now, just find your breath and a noticeable stretch. That's where the flexibility really builds. We've got about 1 minute here. If you have that right foot lifted, release it back down to the ground. On your inhale, send your left leg high to the sky, point your toe. On your exhale, bend your knee. Release the left foot back down towards the floor. Once again, feet nice and narrow. Take your windshield wipe up your legs, left and right, left and right. We'll take one more asana before savasana, making use of both of those blocks that we brought today. Go ahead, bring the soles of the feet together and allow your knees to fall out wide and heavy to the side. You can place the blocks under the outside of your thighs. Even if your thighs normally do touch the floor, maybe you take the extra support of the blocks of your props today and really relax and release in your stretch. If it's uncomfortable having your heels close to the center line, toes can also come closer towards the bottom of the mat for a little extended round angle. And perhaps you bring a different stretch into your upper body, arms all the way up overhead, or those goalpost arms. You're welcome to stay here in this reclined bound angle for a little bit longer, but whenever you're ready, go ahead, extend your legs nice and long. Perhaps heels touch and toes fall open. Perhaps you open your legs wider. You can keep your arms wide, or you can bring them back down by your side. I'm going to tuck my hands into my pockets for a little extra warmth in here. And then completely relax in your final savasana. Come back to scanning your body one breath, 1 inch at a time, starting at the top of your head. And really work to even relax your hair follicles. To take all of the wrinkles out of your forehead, all of the tense, surprise, or stressed expressions out of your eyebrows. Gently relaxing your eyelids, your cheeks, your lips, your jaw. Reducing any tension or stress, any clenching in your throat, your shoulders, your chest. Letting your triceps, your elbows, your forearms, and your hands' palms completely relax and melt into whatever they're currently touching. One vertebrae, one breath at a time, gently pressing into your mat space. And eventually in the future, whole spine relaxed on the floor. Relax your belly. Release your hips. Unclench your glutes. Maybe even a little wiggle of your toes. Relax your thighs, your hamstrings. That gentle, soft bend in your knee. Relaxed shins and calves. Floppy ankles. Enjoying whatever part of your feet are currently touching the floor. And once you finish relaxing each and every one of your toes, come back to the crown of your head and start again. Truly give yourself permission to completely relax. If you set an intention for your practice today, you can bring that back into your heart, into your mind, into your breath and your soul, and carry that intention through with the rest of your day. That's all the time that we have together. But I encourage you to enjoy as much more of this final savasana and relaxation as your body needs, which could be more than your mind wants. So decide right now, how many more breaths will you stay here in complete stillness? I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of the week, the month, the whole year. This is going to be our last streaming video on Facebook, but members can still continue to enjoy this streaming class through your Mind Body account. Thank you all so much for tuning in so many times. I can't wait to continue to work out with you, especially here on campus in person. Do not hesitate to reach out if you need any assistance with your strength training or relaxation. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.